I want to talk to you about something that might be holding you back. And maybe you don't even realize it. You might not think you're a negative person. The whole thing about having success in our lives, with our health, with our self-worth, with confidence, is about overcoming this negativity. You can be successful and still be running on a negative mindset. I have done it myself. Not just workouts and eating right, but mental rewiring. And this is what people do not want to do. They don't want to do that. You're just operating from a belief system that's not working, or a belief system that's working against you. We're not just talking motivation. We're talking building systems, alignment, and real change. Welcome back to the Fit Culture Podcast. I want to talk to you about something that might be holding you back, and maybe you don't even realize it. Negativity. This has been something in my career that I have seen over and over and over again. So that's the whole thing is, I have seen it like most people who are negative don't necessarily identify themselves as being a negative person, as being negative. So you might not think you're a negative person. You handle your responsibilities, you show up for people, you're a good person, but you keep things, it's just, but maybe other people see you that way. So this is always what I say. Okay. So if you answer the phone and it's somebody and you go, oh no, it's Shirley. What is it now? You're probably the negative person. And sometimes we're the Shirley. We don't know. And we're that negative person. So the whole thing about having success in our lives, with our health, with our self-worth, with confidence, is about overcoming this pain, this negativity that we're having. And most people, they'll hide it and say, well, I'm just being honest. I'm an honest person. I just see it how I see it, and I speak my mind. Some of those people that say those type of words, and if you're saying those type of words, you might be holding yourself back. So what I have seen over and over again, working with high achievers, parents, executive entrepreneurs, is that you can be successful and still be running on a negative mindset. I have done it myself. So I have past experience that I can be extremely negative. So remember what we said before, you might call it being realistic. I'm just realistic. I keep it real. Okay. You might say, I'm just hard on myself. But if your internal script is negative, okay, you will sabotage your goals, or you might even sabotage other people's goals. So I've seen it at my fitness retreat more times than I can count. Over and over and over again, people come in thinking they're positive, okay, until they realize, and sometimes they don't even realize, it's us coachings have to make them realize this, and they don't like this. My number one negative reviews have been from negative people who don't think they're negative, who get other people to be negative. So, and until they realize, and hopefully you're having that epiphany as yourself, is, you know what? I've been dragging myself through life with a negative operating system. Okay. So if that's you, think about it long and hard. And if it's kind of you, this episode is going to help you see it, call it out, and shift it. Have that neuroplasticity in the brain, the rewiring of the brain, because if your mind is fighting your body, no plan will ever work. Okay. And if you haven't taken our Fit Culture Personality Test yet, it's a tool we built to help you figure this out, what kind of personalities you have. It will show you exactly how you show up when your life gets hard and it's negative. It's quietly running the show. The negativity is quietly running the show. So let's dig in here. So point one, what negativity really looks like. Okay. Let's get it real for a second. Okay. Negativity doesn't always sound like I hate myself, or I can't do this, or this person's ugly. It doesn't come out like that. Sometimes it sounds like, I'll start Monday. This probably won't work for me. I've tried everything already. One bad day, might as well throw in the whole week. That's negativity, and it's just wearing a different outfit. And let me add one more thing to that, because I really want to add one more thing to that, is when I see negativity, man, I see it so often. Okay. A lot of it just, it's not resonating with the people that it's negative. So I hear things like that. I'll do it the other day, or I know this. Like, I get people in my program who are 42% body fat. Okay. They're 60 years old. Okay. They're not understanding that they need to change how their behavior is and their personality in order to have success. They want to keep doing the same things. Remember, we always talk about growth versus fixed mindset. So they want to stay in that fixed mindset. So they're like, oh, I know, and I know what's good for my body, and I know this, or that hurts, because everything hurts when you're out of shape. Everything hurts when you're not in the right frame of mind, and everything's uncomfortable. Okay, so I want to get into it a little bit more, but I wanted to really identify that one because that's the one I see most. Almost, I know it. And if you know, why is it working, and why are you seeking professionals to help you if you already know? So remember, we said negativity isn't just wearing a different outfit. You might not complain out loud, okay? You might even be the one who everyone else goes to for advice. But if your internal voice, internal dialogue is constantly second guessing you, criticizing you, or assuming failure, that's a negative operating system. Back to the same thing. And here's the truth. You cannot build a positive outcome with a negative mindset. It's very challenging to do that. Or you're going to burn out at some point because you're burning the candle at both ends. I see this all the time with clients. They think they need more discipline, a better plan, a stricter diet, more. But what they really need is a mindset reset. I always talk about the reset. Because if your thoughts are always tearing you down, no plan will stick. No goal will feel good, and nothing will feel ever like it's enough. More. So let me ask you, Ken, do you downplay your wins? Do you expect things to go wrong? Is it hard for you to take compliments? Do you brush off compliments or feel awkward when people praise you? If so, that's negativity. And it's not your fault. It's probably been there for years, maybe even decades. Okay. And now you've got to deal with it because it's coming to the forefront, whether it be your health, whether your mental health, your sleep, you can't sleep. You feel tight, your body feels tight. It's all the stress that's hanging on, and it's got to stop, and you got to change it right now. And only you can change this by realizing, resetting, and having the neuroplasticity to change. Because if you don't upgrade your mindset, you'll keep hitting the same wall over and over again, no matter how perfect the plan is. Okay, so point 2, the work in progress theorem. I get it. I know. Here's the mindset shift. I teach it for every client. You are not broken. You are a work in progress. Read that again. Think about that again. You are a work in progress. Okay. Here's the problem is, this is what I see all the time. Most people think the word work in progress. And if you're a high functioning person, or gosh, you're type A personality, when you see that, you're going to be like, well, that's too soft for me. That's too pansy. Work in progress. I even hear people go, work in progress. I get it. I did that too. I did that. I struggled with the word. It was like, come on, work in progress. That's like an excuse to be less than. It's not. It works. It worked for me. Constantly trying to overachieve and go and pound myself and pound made me negative, made me exhausted. And then the weight loss guy started to gain weight. Because when you believe you're broken, everything you do is about fixing yourself. You want to punish yourself, to restrict the food, to control yourself, to grab your fat. You chase your goals to prove something. That energy, it's toxic. It's rooted in negativity, self perception. But when you see yourself as a work in progress, okay, every step becomes part of the process. Every mistake becomes a rep. Every set becomes data, not defeat. This is what I tell my clients at my retreat. You don't need to be perfect. You need to stay in motion. You need to be moving forward. You need to be letting go of the idea, let go of the idea that you have to be ready or good enough to start. I got to do this to start. No, get moving, get started. You won't feel ready. You're never going to feel ready, and that's normal. But purpose-driven people don't wait to feel ready. They move anyway, even when they don't want to. So let me ask you this, okay? Are you showing up like someone who's broken? Are people having to put you back into place? Do people have to always motivate you? Or like someone who's building something great? Because when you shift into that work in progress mindset, it's going to change the way you talk to yourself. So the second theorem is that work in progress, it changes how you respond to when things get hard and they're difficult. And it creates that mental space you need to actually grow in. And if you catch yourself saying things like, this always happens to me, okay? I'll never figure this out. I knew I'd screw this up. This is too hard, too challenging. Reinforcing the wrong story. So today, start telling a new one. Even if you don't fully believe it yet, I get it. You got to kind of fake it to make it. No one likes that saying. But I'm not there yet, but I'm on my way. I'm not there yet, but I'm on my way. I'm learning. I'm improving. I'm building something better. Those aren't fluffy affirmations. They can even be tougher. You could throw a swear word in there if you need to, whatever you got to do. They're alignment. They are alignment. And alignment is what leads to consistency. So I got a story for you. Her name's Kathleen. She just went from rock bottom to rebuilding. So let me tell you about Kathleen. When she showed up at my retreat, she was at rock bottom. She was just overweight. She was overwhelmed, discouraged, and deeply negative. Not negative in a mean way, but in her mindset. Had a divorce, was angry at maybe her husband, at men, whatever the case may be. And every thought, every comment, every internal narrative was about what she couldn't do. She had tried everything, diets, surgery, breakdowns in the fetal position, so to speak. Nothing worked because nothing was getting to the root. See, that's what we're talking about, the root. She told herself, I ruined my body. I've gone too far. Can you believe how I look? I can't believe this. This is just who I am now. But let me be clear, okay? Let me be clear about this, okay? If you are negative, you will not reach your goals. That is not a motivational quote. That's a fact. Nothing kills momentum. It blocks clarity. It sucks you. It keeps you stuck in that identity that created the problem in the first place. So we started doing the work, okay? Not just meal plans and workouts, mental rewiring. Again, let me repeat that. Not just workouts and eating right, but mental rewiring. And this is what people do not want to do. They don't want to do that. So that's when things started to shift. Kathleen lost 166 pounds in 32 weeks. And it didn't happen because she suddenly became more motivated. It happened because she stopped letting her past define her future. She went from self-deprecating jokes and shame spirals to becoming a woman who loves herself, fights herself, and leads with strength. And she started laughing again. She reconnected with her daughter. She opened the door to love, not just from others, but herself. And she started to be strong. This is a woman that was strong and people are going to treat me this way because I deserve it. It wasn't the 166 pounds that was amazing. It was her mental, what she was going to allow into her life that was amazing. So her journey is a perfect example of what I call the work in progress theorem. You are not broken, you're rebuilding. And the rebuild is the most powerful part of your story. So I want you to, let's bring this back to you. You heard the Kathleen story. But what about yours? You're walking through this life, dragging this negative mindset behind you. Be honest. You might not say it out loud, okay? But do you, do you think things like, I'll never figure this out, or you think it, okay? You don't say it out loud. I always screw this up. Something always happens. I can't get to my goal. This is too hard. My body's not in the right state of mind, or I can't lose weight. I've got bad genetics, whatever they can. So what's the point? Because if you do that, that's your sign. You're not broken. You're just operating from a belief system that's not working, or a belief system that's working against you. Now it's time to flip the mirror. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. And don't overthink it, okay? Take the Fit Culture personality test. It's free, it's quick, and it will show you if your negativity is running your life. It will show you exactly how you show up under pressure and where your mindset needs to shift. It's also going to show you how you feel at this time. And you could take the test towards a certain personality and how you feel, whether it be work, whether it be health, whether it be fitness, and it will tell you something different each time. Catch that negative voice in real time. Catch it. Boom. Okay. Next time you catch yourself saying something like, I can't, or I'm bad at, pause. Call it out. That's not true. That's conditioning. That's not the truth. That's conditioning. So you start rewriting the script. Replace it with, I'm building. Remember, that's what we said. I'm learning. Okay. I'm not there yet, but I'm on my way. I am powerful. I'm strong. There's nothing I can't do. I'm the unstoppable version of myself. So lead with action. Pick one small thing today that's a positive version of what you would do. Not the perfect version, again, just the next best version, because positivity isn't fake hype. Okay. It's alignment and hence realignment. And alignment is how real change begins. So build with us. Okay. If this hits something in you, if this hits something with you, oh, that's amazing. Thank God. Okay. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Listen to this with your family, with your grandma, with someone that you know is struggling with this, and let them grow together with your family. Be in a growth mindset. Don't be fixed. Don't do what you did in the past. You have to rewire your brain. And if you keep doing the same thing over and over with no advantage or no change, that's insanity. And we don't want to be insane. We want to be empowered. We want to be the best version of ourselves. And you can be. You just have to think of things different. And the work in progress theorem is such an amazing, unbelievable theorem. It's changed my life and so many of my clients' life. So subscribe to the Fit Culture podcast so you don't miss what's coming up next. And we're not just talking motivation. We're talking building systems, alignment, and really real change. Okay. Drop a review, follow us, show some love. We love you. We're so appreciative that you're watching this. So appreciative that we're growing together. I'm always growing every day. And I'm so very thankful for everyone that's helped this in my 30 years of doing this. And I'm so grateful to be here with you. And I love what I do. I love what I do. And I hope this helps you. So show some love. That's how this movement grows. It's a movement. And remember, you don't need to be fixed. You need to reconnect, move forward. You're not behind. You're not going backwards. Don't do that. You're the unstoppable version of yourself. You're a work in progress. You're becoming what you want to be. Let's build something real. Let's really build something real. Let's have real change and real progress, and let's be real people. And I'm so excited that we can do this. But until next time, thank you, bang, right to you. And I appreciate you and hope you learned something and you felt something. This, God forbid, we had an aha moment and you can help someone else. So please, if you can help someone else with this or turn people on to this, we appreciate and we appreciate you. And I'm excited, and I hope you're excited. And the change is coming.